Welcome back to another episode of Gemini Tea with your hosts,
Leka
and Jo. And remember, like always, to like, subscribe, and share. In this week's episode, we will be talking about By Ashy, which is our episode talking about people basically telling them they're idiots and how we really feel. Celebrity Chat, which is what it is. We'll be talking about celebrities. Topic of the week this week is online dating. We'll be going over some of our horror stories, and I think we might have one good one out there. We have a Spill the Tea segment where we have a listener that has written in with a question for us that she wants our opinion on. We'll be announcing the winner of our last giveaway of April. Yay!
Yay!
Yes. So how was your week, Leka?
Girl, it was all right. Girl, because I'm just mad with the snowstorm, and now I'm wearing shorts today. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Yes.
Girl, it's just irritating, but yeah, pretty dull. Same old potty training.
Oh.
Pretty much it.
Yeah. That's always fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's irritating. But I'm ready to get out them diapers because that's just expensive.
Yes, it is, absolutely.
So, how's your week?
It was pretty good. It's, the same with the weather. I refused to shovel that last day, though. I said the snow will sit there. I refused, and it did. I let it sit there. My neighbors shoveled and everything and plowed. I let it sit. It melted eventually.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's like 60 degrees today, which is crazy. But, have you ever heard or seen the phrase no cap? Like someone make a statement like, hey, you did a good fight or whatever, no cap. Do you know what that means?
No, I've never seen that.
Okay, so I didn't understand it. So I asked my daughter, like, what does no cap means? What no cap means. Okay, first of all, everyone, I have a little drink again, so please forgive me. So I asked her what no cap meant, and she said, she didn't know what she didn't know. She was like, what? She was like, use it in a sentence. I was like, okay, well, I don't know, because I just see it online. It seems stupid to me. So right. I went to our trusty little resource here. What is it? Urban Dictionary.
The nigga dictionary.
Okay. And I found out that no cap means no lie. Someone usually uses this after saying an unbelievable statement or asking a serious question. So why not just say, like, we say seriously or for real or for real, something like that. What does no cap mean, though? Like, why no cap?
Oh, my God. These young people lost. I swear to God.
Really? Because I'm like, no cap. Where's cap? Where do you get that from? I don't know what that means. But anyway, so it's supposed to mean no lie. Whatever. So I don't know why you have to reaffirm that you're not lying, but whatever.
Right.
And one thing I'd like to say to everyone, and like no judgment, but I'm just hoping this will bless somebody and help somebody out today. When you are making a change in your life and you are trying to do better or completely turning your life around, it's not doing a 360, because 360 is a complete circle. Like you turned right back where you were, okay? So if you're doing opposite, it's 180. So, girl! I'm just trying to help somebody out because I heard that this week, and I'm like, why, sir, ma'am, are you saying I did a 360? Because that means you're right. That's literally you spinning around right back where you were. If you are changed, complete opposite, it's 180 because you're on the other end on the other side is complete change. 180. Okay?
But see, if I say I did a 180, that just sounds so incomplete.
No, 180 means opposite. Like you're on the opposite side. You're different. You're not where you were before, because where you were before was back at 3 is a full 360.
Oh,
okay?
right.
360, you're basically turning around, making that circle. You're right where you started. Doing a 180 is on the opposite side. You're not the same, right?
That's true.
So I know it is. That's what I'm trying to. I'm trying to bless people today. So,
girl, I'm like, damn, we can't even say 360.
No, ma'am. Y'all, I'm trying to help y'all out so you're not out here looking silly. So please, you did 180 if you change. If you did a 360, I will look at you crazy. Like, then that means you didn't change. So thanks for the red flag. So,
wow, that is true.
Yeah.
I'm salty. Okay.
My beggar. So yes, that sums up my week. Yes. So that pretty much wraps up our week recap. So we'll go ahead and get right into the meat and potatoes of the show.
Hey, what's going on? This is the Buy Ashy section. You'll have to excuse me because I'm over here sipping, and so I'm going to try not to smack too much in this mic.
Mm-hmm.
So, first up on Buy Ashy, girl, I know you heard about that white woman trying to front on them black people, the black military women.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, she got fired.
Mm-hmm. Should have.
Girl, got straight fired. Girl, did you see the video?
Yes.
Oof. Girl, don't touch me.
You know what? She is lucky they were in uniform, because me. Okay, first of all, I know how you and I roll. If somebody were to roll up on us, okay, talking about you took my parking space, black bitches, and such, okay,
girl,
it would not have been just a swipe your hand out of my face type of situation. So I applaud them for holding their ground and standing up for themselves without being violent. Because I can't say, and as I get older, I try to stay away from the drama. I can't say I would have reacted that same way, because I don't take kindly to anybody all up in my face and calling me no black bitches. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And one was pregnant, so I'm like, God damn.
Girl, no, there's no way. But she got what she deserved, though. She did.
Yeah, she got fired. Didn't her, what's her slow ass son or whatever was next to her?
Yeah.
I'm like, sit your ugly ass down. Your mama getting arrested, and she got fired, so y'all go and get on the welfare.
Okay. Shit.
And I know your heels probably were ashy, so.
Okay. Yes.
I don't like to use lotion. But anyway,
Yes. Big dumb.
Okay, or dumbass.
Over a parking space.
A fucking parking space. And I think the parking space was handicapped. But you know what, though? Like, when I was pregnant, I think it's Bye Bye Baby in Brookfield. They have, or Toys R Us in Brookfield, they have the pregnant mom thingy, parking spot. Girl, when I would get out of my truck, people were actually, like, looking at my stomach to see if I really supposed to be parking there. Girl, I had to mug people. My husband and I was like straight mush. Like, people be serious about them parking spots. Like, girl, first of all, I know I'm in Brookfield, so I'm not going to play too many games with y'all. You don't see this big-ass stomach?
I bet, may I help you, ma'am? Shit.
Girl, and then my husband was looking like, ugh. I'm like, babe, come on, let's just go.
Like, just focus.
We in Brookfield, chill out.
Right.
But people be serious about their parking spot. They be so serious. I mean, I be mad, but I'll keep it moving. Like, damn, they got my spot. But I'm not finna, like, follow you in the store and be harassing you. Girl, I got shit to do.
Okay, it's never that serious. Ever. I might leave you a strongly worded note on your windshield.
Oh, you the note leaver.
Oh, yeah. I like leaving notes. I'll leave you a little sticky note or whatever on your windshield, tell you how poorly, parked you are, whatever. I'll say something, a nice, nasty message for you, and I'll keep it moving. But it'd never be that serious for me to follow you into whatever store you're going to and approaching you. It's never that serious.
Girl, somebody did this in my job in Brookfield. And left the
Hell
note in my
no.
car. Talking about I didn't know how to park. Girl, I had me and my homegirl feed. We were trying to fake them out. We were trying to match handwriting. I'm probably by the time you pick me up, like,
like, you might want to park right. Like, you slow.
Girl. That's what she said, too. Or he said.
Oh.
Like, said something about, like, what she said? She said, nice truck, but learn how to park, bitch.
Really?
Let you?
No, girl.
Oh, it used to be out there too. I'm like, girl, I'm an XT, and she still got this note. We still get some handwriting comparisons.
Then I just told on myself. I'm like, you slow bitch. You're like, it's funny that those are the same words. No.
Girl.
No, but I am the note leaver, so yeah. I believe in being a nice nasty. Yes, ma'am.
Girl.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you hear about the 911 operator? I'm
trying not to laugh at this because it's serious. But why, when I read this, did it remind me of you?
Girl. You know I play no bye. She was like, I'm not talking to you.
She said she didn't want to take any more calls because she didn't feel like talking to anyone.
Girl, you be tired.
Girl, you work in 911, that call center. I need you to answer these calls.
Girl, they probably call for stupid shit sometimes. I don't got time.
It was like, I'm trying to watch my story.
Girl.
And you are interrupting my show.
Like, yes, 911. Hello?
I'm like, click.
I'm like, what she wanted?
Girl, okay, she was sentenced to 10 days in jail plus 18 months probation.
Oh, only 10 days?
Which is surprising. I'm thinking she was going to get some time. But needless to say, she doesn't have her job anymore. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, she had thousands of calls that lasted less than 20 seconds, they say. So she was hanging up on these people, come to find out. Yes.
Girl, yeah, that is me.
Yeah. Because I was like, oh my God, this sounds like my friend.
Girl, I can hang up real quick.
Yes. Like, hello, and then act like you don't hear them. Hello, click. And then, but the seriousness of it, though, she was hanging up on people who were calling in regarding robberies and homicides. There were some homicides.
Oh, for real?
So she was hanging up on some serious calls. So I'm surprised she didn't get any more time. But yeah, she just had 10 days and 18 months probation. So that's serious. So we laugh at it just because the way the story was written, but the seriousness of it is that's real foul. Like, if you're in a position like that, you agree to take on, those duties, and part of your duties is taking these emergency phone calls. So she shouldn't have taken this job if it wasn't for her. If she didn't want to talk to people on the phone, because I know I'm not a call center type person, because I get irritated. I did it years ago in my early 20s, and I knew then this is not the life for me because I can't do it. Some people love it. Some people love it. I'm just not one of those people. I can't deal. But if it's not for you, it's not for you. Just don't take those type of positions, especially in a 911 center.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. Because first of all, I couldn't do 911 because I'm too emotional. Girl, I hear somebody screaming. I'm like, oh, baby, where you at? Yeah, they're going to be like, girl,
okay.
I'm tired.
They're like, girl, I'm coming. I'm on my way.
Right. But my dumb ass used to keep getting the call center jobs. And then after training, I'd be ready to quit. I don't know why I kept doing it because they're such easy jobs to get, but I can't do it because people irritate me. I'll go eat beans or something.
Okay. I couldn't do it either.
No, it's fucking annoying.
I tried. I was in the mortgage field doing it, taking those calls from, I started off for a satellite company. And that was garbage because I had to tell people to go, like, in a snowstorm and go stand up on their roof and wipe off the satellite. It was ignorant. And then, and then people would call in and get real nasty with me and whatever. And then, the mortgage company I worked for, and I was doing their call center stuff, and it's just I don't have the patience for some of it.
No,
not at all. I don't have patience.
I'm always getting suspended or I get fired.
Okay, I would quit. I would be like, hey, I'm not coming back.
Girl, they be firing me.
Yeah, those were the days, though. Those were the days.
Well, you can get fired and not care, but nah.
Okay. Yeah. At 20, 21, 22, it's like, okay, whatever, but not now.
You got a whole family depending on you.
Okay.
Like, y'all quit. They're going to be like, what the fuck you mean?
Right. We got grown folks' bills. Like, no.
Mm-hmm.
It's all fun and games when you're living at home with no responsibilities. But
sure, some people in their 40s still living at home with no responsibilities. I guess the shit you still can do that. I'm just saying. That's what I heard.
Girl, put that in your pipe and smoke the hell out of that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. That's some tea to be spilled one day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I got a couple of cups myself.
Girl, so what's up with this teacher dragging this boy off the bus?
Have you seen the video?
Girl, I'm scared to watch it because I know it's because my baby starts school this year and I'm going to be pissed. I cannot watch it.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, okay, she's going to go off.
Yeah,
I don't know what led up to it. I don't know if the little boy would get off, whatever the situation is. Whatever was going on, this male teacher should have never, ever put his hands on this baby boy, 7 years old, to try to drag him off the bus. He pulled him by his feet. He literally picked him up by his feet, had him dangling upside down, dragging him off the bus. Okay. So, first of all, as a parent, I'm going to go back to my favorite word. You get straight fucking mollywopped. Like, I don't care what my child did. It does not warrant you pulling and yanking my child off a bus by their feet, okay, and dragging them upside down off a bus. Because that right there will get, and it's in Memphis too, girl. I haven't heard about what the parents did, but it's some Memphis teacher, a white teacher, with this little black boy. I'm gonna leave it at that. But had that been my child, I would have been in jail. I can say that much. But yes. So apparently, I guess there might have been a fight or something. But whatever happened,
call the parents. Why are you touching my kid like that? Okay,
they should have never touched that little boy like that. But I'm glad another student caught this all on video, so that's how they got the video of it. And this little boy was kicking and screaming for his mother. Yep.
Ooh, girl, that's horrible. Like, I can't even. It's like all these stories are starting to come out right when I get ready to put my baby in school.
Yep. Oh, and I'm just reading now because I'm going through the story quick to refresh. The mother revealed that her son suffered bruising and he had a concussion from hitting his head when he was dragged upside down through the aisle of the bus. Because she didn't believe him at first until she saw the video. Girl. Because she wasn't even contacted by the school. The school didn't contact her.
So how did she find out? Just a video?
Yeah, I guess her son told her about it, and she didn't believe it until however she got the video, and then she shared the video on Facebook. But, yeah, the school hadn't commented yet as of the time of this post 2 days ago of why they didn't contact her.
Oh, my God. Whew, well, it's kind of making me rethink when she gets a little older what school she's going to be going to.
Girl, listen, I always, because I'm grateful that I didn't have to have my daughter in any daycare type of situation. She was always with family, and I'm talking about trusted family, not just somebody, a family member that's got multiple boyfriends or such and such. She was with my grandparents or one of her grandparents.
Right.
So she was with, older adults, mature people, trustworthy people. I am grateful that I have that type of support. Not everybody does. So
right.
If you have a situation where you have to have your child in daycare, or this little boy, he was in school, but any type of situation, pay attention to your kids. Look for any signs of abuse, because unfortunately, initially, this mother didn't believe him. So I don't know if he's like a little troublemaker or whatnot, for whatever reason. But she didn't believe him at first. Look for bruises, look for change in mood and attitudes, because kids sometimes change up, how they do things or how they react to things if there's abuse. So just watch out for signs, because sometimes, especially if they're nonverbal, it's hard to be able to know. Because I always said I didn't want her in any type of setting, in school or anything like that, any type of setting outside of family, unless she was able to talk.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly how I feel.
Mm-hmm. So it's just unfortunate, but I hope she goes after that school system. I hope they get compensated somehow for this, because that is very bad.
Girl, that's crazy. Oh my God.
Yeah, so that was stupid. Real stupid. And one more stupidity. Point of stupidity I'd like to address. So I'm all for everyone, advancing in work or advancing in life, period, okay? But to me, you hustle backwards when you invest in showing off to other people rather than having that set up for your future.
Church.
So what I mean by that is, I have a neighbor, okay, African-American neighbor, single mother, which I've been in this house for, 3 years? And the 3 years I've been here, I think I've counted about 4 different boyfriends, but that's neither here nor there. This woman is renting this duplex. She lives in the lower level. She's renting. And there are 1, 2, 3 or 4 luxury cars over there. Okay, there's a Mercedes car, a Mercedes truck, and a Porsche truck. And sometimes there's a Lexus over there. So I say all that to say this. I'm all for, if you have it, you got it. Do you? But unless you have a career that makes you, requires you to travel so that you don't have a permanent place to stay, there's no reason you should have 3 or 4 luxury vehicles and you're renting. Okay? Because as soon as you pick that car up, it has depreciated in value. You could have invested that money that you're paying for that vehicle in some real estate, okay? So I say bye ashy to people like her that would rather buy luxury vehicles to front off for other people, to impress other people, rather than taking that money and putting it in some real estate or putting it in your retirement, whatever you have to do.
Hello?
But please don't invest in these luxury vehicles if you don't own not an inch of real estate, because it does not make sense. Okay, now if you're a traveling nurse, a traveling physician, or some other career that requires you to travel and you're not in one place for any significant amount of time, whatever. But right. I'm talking about the people that have careers that are in the office and you're settled and you're in one spot. It doesn't make sense to have especially multiple luxury vehicles, and you don't own an inch of real estate. So I'm putting that out there, honey. So you're fronting for the people, okay, but you're going broke while you're fronting off. Doesn't make sense.
I forgot where I heard it from, but he said, how you got a Land Rover but no land?
Oh, okay.
I was like, ooh, blah, blah, blah.
You're pulling up to somebody else's house, okay, with those luxury vehicles. You're pulling up to someone else's real estate.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't make sense to me. You're hustling backwards.
Yeah.
So you can get hey, if you own real estate and you're getting your luxury vehicles, have at it. Do you. Okay, as long as you can afford it, do you. I'm talking specifically to the people who are buying these luxury vehicles and they're renting. So
okay.
It doesn't make sense. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. It must be nice because you're gonna be living that bitch when they get
okay.
When they tired looking at your ass, like, yeah, get out.
Yeah, right. Okay. Mm.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was a nice by Ashley section.
Yes, girl. We have some good ones this week, girl.
Well, you know how we say, all y'all Ashley folks grab that lotion and don't forget them heels and shit. Let's add in elbows. Some of y'all forget that shit too.
Okay. Don't forget those elbows, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Yes, ma'am. And we're going to go into celebrity chat.
Yep.
Oh, and we'll start off with what's going down tonight. Adrian Bronner is fighting Jesse Vargas, okay? So I don't know, did you hear about Bronner and this Tekashi 6ix9ine going back and forth?
Girl, yeah, I saw some of that.
First of all, I keep telling myself that I'm going to sit down and try to get through some of the songs for Tekashi 6ix9ine because I still don't know what he sings or raps, whatever he does. So I have to carve some time out to basically torture myself. So I'll do that sometime and hopefully be able to report back next episode. But Adrian posted this picture of he and Charlamagne the God. And Tekashi I'm just going to call him 6ix9ine because I don't even know where Tekashi comes from. So 6ix9ine says,
some noodles.
Okay, like it doesn't even make sense. But anyway, so 6ix9ine responds underneath the picture, clown. That's all he says. He didn't at anyone or anything else. He just said clown. So everyone knowing kind of the history with him and Charlamagne kind of assumed he was directing that towards Charlamagne. Mm-hmm. Adrian, however, took offense to it, and he made another post with a video just kind of going at him, talking about he's not about that going back and forth, that trolling, he could get that work, basically. Whatever he was saying. Okay, so Adrian left that comment. So 6ix9ine is like, you come into my town, we're fighting, whatever, you need to check in. What else did he say? He needed to check in and putting like $300,000 on this fight or whatever. Whatever. So he was like, you come to my city, check in, and I bet that you'll lose $300 on it. So that's the whole thing. So everybody under, Adrian's post, like, hey, focus on the fight this weekend. Don't give him any attention. So they're like, hey, you need to win this fight. Let's get back to what you need to focus on here. So
right.
I'm not into all the fighting. I never, growing up, my parents used to have boxing parties, and I was never into, like, the boxing type thing because, to me, it looks like it hurts. It looks painful.
Okay. In your head,
okay. Eyes swollen, you're bleeding from your mouth. Like, what about that attracts you to that sport? But whatever. So, but I am interested in actually seeing what happens now with this fight because I'm now rooting for Adrian to win because I actually kind of want him to whoop this little kid's butt. But whatever. What do you think about it? I don't know if you saw.
I saw parts of it, but like 6ix9ine starting to get on my nerves. It's just like, shut the fuck up, dog. If a dude beat your ass, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know who Jesse Vargas is, girl. I can't see watching nobody get their ass whooped. I mean, turn the TV.
Me, I gotta cover my eyes. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Adrian needs to whoop Jesse's ass, or 6ix9ine know this not a game, dog.
Right.
Like, you gonna get your ass beat.
Right.
And I need to listen to some of his. I listened to one song, and I was so fucking confused because he in the video, it's like he transformed into a woman.
Ooh.
And then he had the LGBT rainbow, and then he went to like in a pool with a bunch of women, but he was back like a man form. So I don't know if he was trying to say something or tell us, tell his fans, give us some tea on him.
Mm-hmm.
But the video I was like, I still don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but okay. Because I'm all sorts of confused, but okay.
Yeah, I see comments like, oh, he's a good rapper. Where?
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, though.
Yeah, I got to listen to him. I'll try to get through one song and see.
Girl, waste your time.
Yeah, because there's some song, I guess, that's kind of popular. I can't remember the name of it. My daughter tried to tell me. And I was like, oh, okay. One ear and out the other.
Pretty much. But yeah, don't get your ass whooped, 6ix9ine, but...
Right, because that's what's going to be next, and I honestly am here for it. So.
Girl, pretty much, because I'll be watching that fight.
Girl, have you seen the Billboard Awards?
Girl. White girl, white privilege.
White privilege. Listen.
Huh?
That shit was hilarious.
Girl, I love it.
I am mad, okay? First of all, this little girl got nominated with Cardi and Nicki.
It's a joke.
I am so upset that they're making a mockery of hip-hop right now. It absolutely is insulting.
Girl.
It really is insulting. And I blame social media for this because anybody can make and call themselves a rapper or hip-hop artist these days. All they need to do is get a little bit of a following on social media, and all of a sudden they're a big artist. No one has to prove themselves anymore. No one has to do all the work anymore. And that's the thing. Like, this girl got on by disrespecting her mother. I was so appalled when I saw all of these followers that she had. I'm like, why are we giving this girl clout for disrespecting her mother? Come to find out, her mother is kind of a fraud herself.
Oh, for real?
Oh, yes, girl. Like, they go back and forth. I think that whole thing was staged between her and her mom. That's just my opinion. Because I watched part of that show, and it just, to me, because their interaction after the show just, to me, shows that that's just what it is, and there was no issue there. The mom just caked something up just to get on to Dr. Phil. I don't think it was that big of an issue. But unless she's accepting it now because she's getting a benefit from it because her daughter's making money. So I don't know, but I think the whole thing to me was a big fraud. But I never understood why this girl got on anyway, because she was disrespecting her mother, which is what we were made to believe. But it's just a mockery. And if this girl wins, do you know how much noise will be made? Like, I usually like try to keep quiet on something, especially on social media. Like, I'll comment on some things here or there.
Right.
But I try to eliminate all the negativity, like things that would prompt me to want to respond, and I kind of took those off of my timeline. But if she ends up winning, like, I will have something to say. Like, I would literally get on somewhere and voice my opinion, and I don't even like doing that much. So it's just, to me, it's a mockery of hip hop. It would be disrespectful to me if she got this award. To be nominated was insulting enough. It would be completely disrespectful to the culture as a whole if this little girl wins this award.
And I still haven't heard a song.
Now, I can't lie, like, the song is a little bit catchy, just a little bit, okay?
Girl.
But to call her a hip-hop artist is a stretch. That would be like me coming out with a song, and then all of a sudden I'm in a category with Mariah Carey. Like, there's no compare. Like, you can't compare it. You just can't. Best female hip-hop artist, you can't do that.
I can't. Oof, girl, yeah. I'm going to have to watch it because you know when it's coming on?
I think it's May 20th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have some time. But yeah, you should. I think she's on there. What's his name? Lil Boat, Lil Yachty.
Drew said Lil Boat.
I don't know. He goes by both. Whatever he goes by, Yachty, Boat, whatever he is.
Girl, you crazy.
He's on it too. Not that I like the song, like I play it, but I heard a little bit of it, and it could be a little catchy, but nothing that would warrant an award. So, yes.
White privilege. That's what that is.
White privilege. White privilege.
So you know, one of us would have cussed our mama on TV. They'd be like, "This is just a disgrace. Where they daddy at? What's going on?"
Oh, honey. Oh, that's how they raise their children. Oh, yeah. Nose in the air, girl. No.
This bitch get a record deal.
Okay, and it's already made millions already. That's what I don't understand. Bad behavior, and we award that. Like this is. We're so backwards, it's just baffling. Like, why in the world would you award bad behavior with signing her, giving her attention, TMZ, giving her records? And I mean, she's on records with, like, I guess, I don't know. I guess they're well-known artists. I don't know. Only one I know is this Lil Yachty. She made something with some other artist that I guess is well-known, too. But, you know, it's one of these newer hip-hop boys, I don't know.
Right.
But, you know, she was dancing on the Jeep, that one. Is that why up in Lucci? I don't know. Anyway.
I don't know.
All I know is, it's just, to me, it's disrespectful. So I'm interested in seeing who wins. I hope it's Cardi, okay?
Yeah, me too.
And if it's not Cardi, then Nicki, but definitely not this bad baby, bad Barbie, whatever the hell her name is.
Dude, bad baby.
That's her name. She's like bad baby, bad Bobby, whatever her name is. Bad
I thought it was bad. How you pronounce it? Bad Bobby?
Me, bad. Right.
Yeah, fuck that dusty ass trailer park trash.
Okay. Her and her damn mammy. Shit.
Okay.
Time for that mess. Girl, what's going on with K. Michelle?
Girl, baby. So, I guess she's going, undergoing a second emergency butt surgery.
Oof.
Girl, I think they're trying to get them implants out, and they said that she didn't have feelings in her legs. Girl, I said feelings in her legs.
Yes,
oh,
girl.
Lord, girl. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm drinking. I'm so sorry.
Girl, and I'm mad I knew what you were talking about. Yes.
Girl, okay. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, so I guess the surgery lasted about 6 hours, and she needed 2 emergency blood transfusions.
Oh my goodness. I didn't know.
And I didn't get to see her Instagram post. I'm gonna check that out later, but she was just telling her fans telling her fans that she's on her feet and, you know, she's moving real slow, and she got ugly wounds on her body now. So I just like, you know, you guys stop doing all that extra stuff. I mean, if you do it, make sure you go somewhere that's professional. Check out the doctor's work. You know, even if you can talk to patients or former patients, but just don't go run off and be in a hotel. Not saying she did, but just don't go run off and do it. Now this lady in all this pain and got to get the implants taken out.
Girl, people are putting cement in their body. They don't know what they're to fix a flat.
Girl.
To me, putting foreign anything in your body, there's going to be a risk. And I don't care if it's an implant for your boob, artificial hip, artificial knee. Like, anytime you put anything that is foreign into your body, there's a risk of having your body not like that. Okay, so rejected is what I'm saying. But like these implants, everybody's trying to go and get all this foreign material pumped into their ass, you know, so they go around and say they got a big ass. Like, unless you're going to get a fat transfer, which is just moving your fat, your own, you know, part of your body, like just move it. That's much less risky than putting something foreign into your body, obviously, because that is part of you. It's just being placed in a different area. But going out here getting the silicone, these implants, the fix-a-flats, the cements, whatever you're shoving up your ass to get it bigger.
Just eat Taco Bell.
Okay, and just get it big naturally. Work out. But, it's not worth it. And I think, because I saw something, it must have been after her first surgery, that she's just saying it's not worth it. And she felt so much better afterwards. But now, hearing that she's risking losing feeling, what if it's permanent?
That's what she asked the doctors, can she perform in a wheelchair?
See? And I saw a picture on her Instagram that she had a wheelchair made for her performance at Memphis. But I didn't see anything about the surgery. I just thought maybe she was still recovering from the first one, because I can't remember when she had her first one. So I'm thinking maybe she had a complication from her first one, or maybe she hurt herself. Because I didn't see anything about the second surgery, so that's interesting. Wow.
That's so sad. Well, wish Gemini T wish you speedy recovery, and we hope it's a lesson to others.
Yeah, it's just not worth it. Poor thing. Girl, I am so loving right now where all of the 90s groups and 90s shows are coming back. Like, we are reliving the 90s in a minute. Like, in the entertainment world, I should say. I am so excited. So what is this about 702 coming back? Because I don't know much about it.
Yeah, I heard it. Girl, I don't know where, either radio or social media. But they had a picture of the three of them, and they're supposed to be making a comeback. Now, I don't know if it's a CD they're going to make or album, or they're going to just, go on tour, but I'm here for that. Yeah. That was my song. I don't believe.
Girl. All here for it.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
I cannot wait, because I love music, and in the 90s, I don't care what anybody says. The 90s had some of the best R&B and hip hop music ever, like the best. It's just 90s. It's just that era is just to live for. So
it sure is, man.
If people are coming back out, reviving some of these shows and reviving, groups, I'm all for it. Like, I'm here. I wish we'd get a confirmation on Martin, because they bring Martin back, it's over.
But it's not going to be the same without Tommy.
I know. It won't. But, girl, if they bring, and Gina got her head right, okay?
Girl.
But acting funny, because I was mad at her when Martin ended. I was so pissed at her.
Like, that was my niggas.
Okay? I'm like, bitch, you could have gone up there and acted your part. Shit. Acting funny.
Girl, I sure was.
All that fronting that she was doing for her man, Dwayne, because you see that they were getting a divorce, and all of a sudden now she can sit down with Martin and talk about a redo, right? Because that was all the front. Because I had heard through the grapevine, honey. That them messing around was all, it was mutual. But Dwayne found out about it, so she had to come up with a story.
Oh, yes, and I do.
To cover. Okay. Girl. First of all, how you going to slide that right in there? Second of all, I hope the Mr. Please no. I do not condone such actions, okay?
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. No, I don't, mister. No, I don't.
Like, she's my driver.
No, hubby, I don't. Don't have him try to cuss me out. No, sir.
Oh, excuse me, guys.
No, sir.
Girl, you funny.
But yeah, so that's what I had heard from a very reliable source.
Interesting.
In the networking. Yes, girl, that was along the lines. But anyway. Girl, Big Frida's going off on somebody.
Girl. Y'all better quit playing my boo Big Frida. Stop using her voice and not putting her in the video. That annoys me. Like, okay, I hate when people say, okay, I'm down with the LGBT community, but I'm really not. Don't use her voice if you know everybody in love with Big Frida and Big Frida popping, and y'all don't put her in none of the videos. Just go for Drake and Beyonce, and y'all both can have it. Because that's, girl, and Beyonce with Messy Maya. Girl, girl, let me, hold on.
Ooh, take a sip, girl. Let me get my cup.
Because that makes me mad. Like, Big Frida put in so much work. She popping in New Orleans, got Bounce bumping, got New Orleans bumping. And why we don't see her in the video?
Ooh.
Why?
Wait, what video?
Girl, what's that one? Drake just came out with one. I forgot the name of it because I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet.
Is it the latest one of his?
Yeah, the latest one with the he had all the black women in there.
Oh, that one. Mm-hmm.
And then Beyonce had her on, what's that one where she got them long braids hanging out the car? It was a recent video.
That was probably a Lemonade connection.
Yeah, so y'all need to start putting Big Frida in shit, because I'm here for Big Frida. Even though I was mad at Big Frida because she had got back with her man, but because I hadn't liked him, because I like how he was acting. But okay, since they cool and Big Frida cool, I'm cool.
You said like she part of the family, like I ain't.
Girl, yes, I be acting like my cousin.
What?
Girl, I stand for Big Frida. Next time she comes to MKE, I'm gonna be there because I missed it because I was pregnant. But
girl, I didn't even hear. Okay, so now I gotta listen.
It's at the very beginning on both songs.
Really?
And it pisses me off. Like, okay, when the video come out, everybody like, well, who is this? Like, no, put her in the video. I know she got to get her coin, but I'm like, okay, am I gonna be in the video? Because I ain't gonna be in the video. Y'all can use somebody else.
Right.
Quit trying to hide her. She Big Frida is who Big Frida is. Either you accept it or you don't. Now let's roll. Sure.
Okay.
And wow. Love you, Big Frida. Okay, go ahead. I love Big Frida.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, now I gotta listen.
Girl, you do, and you gotta watch Big Frida's show. Girl, good drama.
Okay, because I haven't done that either.
Girl, drama.
Ooh.
Girl, like go from the beginning because her man. Okay, I know Big Frida probably want to hear this. If she looks tough, but yeah, her man had cheated. Girl, yeah, he had pissed me off while she was on tour.
Ooh, that's bogus.
Oh, but she come back to MKE in Chicago. I'm there. Shake your rumpa, girl. Yeah, right in the front.
I wanna go.
Girl, come on, I'm going.
Okay.
Yes,
Let me know when she come back over here, because I go.
Girl, yes. Man, bouncing ass all night. I swear to God. I know. I saw a clip on, I think it was on YouTube, of one of her concerts, and I'm like, okay. Like, it's hype. Girl, okay. The dance is hype. I'm there.
It's like really hype. But I didn't know she was at the beginning of the song. So now I gotta listen.
Girl, listen to it. Piss me off. Stinking asses.
Yeah, that's not right.
No, it's bogus. Piss me off.
Girl, okay. Speaking of bogus. Do you watch Black Ink Crew?
Girl, I haven't seen it.
What? None of it? Oh, girl. Okay, so put that on your list to catch up on. Anybody that watches Black Ink Crew, okay? And I'm talking about the original New York one. Now, I love both of them, okay? New York and Chicago. And I extra love Chicago because they do come up here to Wisconsin when they tour. I mean, when they go on their little trips. They had come up here by us, to do their little trip in the cabin or whatever and whatnot. But anyway, so I'm talking about the New York one with Caesar and his ex Duchess. Well, Duchess was on, I think, the Sister Circle, and she was talking about she was being harassed by the cast members and receiving death threats and all kinds of stuff. So she's all making these allegations about what was going on behind the scenes. And so now Caesar responded just saying basically she's a liar or whatever. But now supposedly they're opening up a Black Ink Crew in Charlotte. Okay. Now Charlotte is where she has her tattoo shop. She's got one, Pretty Ink, I think it is. I think it's called Pretty Ink or Pretty in Ink or something like that. But she's got a tattoo shop in Charlotte. So I think he's being petty and messy by trying to open a shop in Charlotte, I think just to get at her. Well, girl, her mother went on social media and was like, come on, we're waiting for you. Her dad has been wanting to see you. I was like, oh, girl, it's going to be messy over there in Charlotte, North Carolina. But if anybody watches Black Ink Crew, it should be a good next season, whatever's coming up. So they're opening up in Charlotte, and then there's one, I think New Orleans. I think he's opening up one in New Orleans. So they're opening up more locations. I know he opened up one in Atlanta, but that one doesn't have like a separate show or anything. They just kind of added it on to New York. But
hey, come on, Ink.
Okay, so I'm proud of them doing this. Okay, the Black Ink Crew. Although Caesar was doing a couple tattoos that were a little questionable. Okay, the quality of that work was a little questionable. So, but this last one that I saw that he did with the heart, that one was good. So hopefully he kind of went back and got his life right and doing better work. But this should be interesting. I'm all here for this drama because he and Duchess were a hot ass mess anyway. To me,
I need to watch it.
Because she thought she was the best thing walking this earth. But his lips, like I love the whole thing, but his lips bother me. Like his lips look like busted bus seats, and I mean that with love. I mean it with love, because it looks like the busted leather bus seats, and it's just because when they first came out, I stopped watching it just because I didn't like his mouth. Like his mouth bothered me.
You are crazy.
But no, he's cool and everything. I like the show. I love the show. So,
how many seasons do you know?
Girl, I don't even know.
I need to watch it.
6, 7, something like that.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, they're into it. Because they've been around. I just know in the beginning, it was, I just couldn't, his mouth just bothered me.
Girl, you sound like me, I swear. That's too funny.
So, yeah, I think it's season, I think they just got done with season 6, something like that, so. Anywho, have you heard about, okay, so this whole Nelly thing and him and the alleged rape of the victim alleging that she was raped by Nelly, whatever.
Right.
I thought it was all dismissed. So apparently maybe the criminal part was dismissed, but I think she's going after him civilly. I think that's what's going on. But either way, Chantel, Nelly's girlfriend, has been subpoenaed by the victim, the alleged victim side, because she wants to prove that the alibi isn't true. So she subpoenaed Chantel so she could be on the stand to say, yeah, I was with him. So apparently they're trying to catch her up and make her perjure herself, which would mean she could face some time too. Because she's alleging that she was with him during the time that Chantel is claiming to have been with him. And whatever proof they have. But it's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out because, she's standing for her man so far. And I don't know. I don't know if there's that much love in the world, okay, for me to take the fall for someone like that.
No, absolutely not.
Especially somebody, he's not my husband either.
No, I'm definitely not.
So, you could be in jail and he'll be on to the next one afterwards.
No money on my books or nothing.
Nothing guaranteed to you. So, I don't know. This is interesting to see how this is going to play out. Like, is she going to stick to her story you know, because is it a lie or is she, you know, is the victim? But I mean, to me, if I'm subpoenaing whatever the proper term is for that, because it just doesn't sound right. But if I'm going to subpoena the person that claims they were with them, like, I must have some strong evidence on my end to disprove this because, yeah, I'd have to be pretty confident.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm not doing that shit. Like, you know, nigga wasn't here.
No, I take that back. I thought I got it confused with the day before. Nope.
Right. You weren't with me. I was at my mammy house.
Okay. Hey. Yes.
Okay. Well, good luck.
Right. Well, we'll be keeping an eye on that and reporting back, because if she goes to jail, that'd be interesting. She doesn't have a personality to me, though. That's Chantel. She doesn't. She's just so bland, and she just seems real boring to me. And I don't know if it's just because she's kind of shy on the show in front of the camera, but even on Nellie's show and then this other show that she was on, I can't remember the name of it, but it was with like a hip hop artist, kind of their girlfriends and wives. I can't remember the name of it, but she was really kind of dry on there too. So I'm like, what does he see in her that she's just such a bland, boring ass personality?
I ain't seen that show either.
Yeah, I mean, she seems like a nice woman. Like, I'm not taking that away from her, but she just seems really dry. So she just doesn't have a personality to me. But that's just my opinion. Whatever.
She better get her shit together.
Okay, because I'm not taking no fault with girl boy. Nope. Bye. Oh, have you heard J. Cole's new album?
No, but I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm going to download it.
Girl, please do, because it will bless your life. J. Cole, honey, I have been waiting for him to come back out with something, because he is a true lyricist, okay, first of all, besides being fine. But his whole album, like, I felt it. It just, and it spoke to me just because I have family members that have been addicted or have suffered from addiction. And being around that, you feel, it's just, the whole album spoke to me, but it's just that one, I can't remember this, look it up because it's not bothering me, but the one that he was speaking about, you know, his mom or whatever, like, I felt that, and I'm like, this is I mean, seriously, if you've ever been around anyone with addiction, it's hard, because in the moment, you're like, oh, they're getting on my nerves, or, oh, why did they have to do that, because you're not understanding.
Right.
But once you understand, and then you kind of like regret it, like, damn, I should have been there for them, you know, or damn, they were suffering and I didn't know how to read that. So it's a really good album, and I encourage everyone to listen to it multiple times. But I love me some J. Cole.
Yeah,
I really do. Yeah, it's a really, 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 really good album.
Yeah, I'm there. How many songs on it, you know?
I think it's like 9. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Right now. Oh, I'm a liar. There's 11 songs. Well, 12 if you can include the intro, but, you know, 11 songs. But yeah, it's a really good one. And I think it's Once an Addict. I think that's the name of the song that I'm talking about. But the whole album is really good, so I encourage everyone to listen to it. It's a really, really good album if you haven't listened already.
I'm definitely going to do that.
Yes, ma'am. So that ends our section, or segment of Celebrity Chat. And I hope you got some good information from this. But let us know if there's anything else you would like us to talk about in Celebrity Chat, like throughout the week, if you hear something and want our opinions on it. Because obviously we can't touch everything that these celebrities do during the week. But if there's anything that you have discovered or come across that you like our opinion on that's celebrity related, just hit us up in our email, GeminiTPodcast@gmail.com. And we'll take a look and probably respond. And we will be right back after a quick break. And I need a sip of my drink.
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back.
If you enjoy this podcast, remember to check us out every Tuesday with a new episode to download from iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, YouTube, Google Play Music, and Spotify. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Gemini T Pod.
Hey, are you a small business owner that is overwhelmed with daily tasks? Do you need an administrative assistant but can't afford one? If so, contact SK Business Solutions today. Their trained virtual assistants can help you with any task, big or small. Go to www.sk-virtual.com. That's www.sk-virtual.com. SK Business Solutions, committed to helping your business achieve greatness.
Hey guys, welcome back to our show. We are going to jump into the topic of the week, which is online dating. So Joe and I have a couple of positive stories and horror stories with our experience online dating, and we're going to give you some tips on how to be safe while online dating. So I guess we can start with the positive stories, because I think looking at our list here, we only have one. And that story is going to be kind of crazy. But I got married, and my husband and I met online. But what's crazy is that we met on, it's called tag.com, and it's not even a dating site. Actually, I don't even know what it is. My cousin was staying at my house, sleeping on my couch. You know who you are. And he was on my brother's laptop, and I was like, "What you doing, cuz?" Because I want to say, you need to get up and do something with your life. But I'm like, "Cuz, what you doing?" And he was like, Pumpkin, you should get on here, and this is fun. You can play games and do stuff. I'm like, okay, well, why are you on my couch? But anyway, so I'm bored, whatever. So I'm bored. I go in my room and I get on this tag.com looking up. I'm like, okay, this is fun. You playing games. Then, of course you get, dudes trying to hit your inbox. So then, my husband inboxed me and, putting that old, school charm on me. It worked, obviously. But, I'm shocked here in front. But I think because I've probably been online dating, like, for years. I think one of the things that kind of made me kind of fall towards him is that he didn't ask me for a picture besides what I posted, which is annoying. Don't ask for 1,000 pictures, but we'll get to that later.
Right.
And he kind of was like, took his time. Like, I was kind of getting annoyed. Like, dang, why you not asking for my number? I remember calling my cousin T. I'm like, girl, if you ask my number, I'm just going to ignore him. And right. She was like, can you please let somebody court you? being thirsty. I'm like, okay, whatever. So we met what did we meet for? Oh, at a Mexican restaurant. And the rest is history. It is what it is. So, yay, positive story.
Yay, and that's the only one because I don't have any.
You crazy. You cut my statement off quick. Okay, bye-bye. Goodbye. Have a good night. I'm like, dang, yeah, I want to talk to you. No.
You happy, positive bitch. But I said it with love.
But girl, look how long it took me to get there. She had been fucking online dates since high school. Like, what the
fuck? Girl, you ain't never lied. Fuck that. I don't have the patience.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but that is a true positive story because Lord knows you had to kiss a lot of frogs, honey.
Man, especially that big one in Chicago.
Okay, Chi-Town. Girl. So I guess we'll just roll right on into my horror stories, okay? Since I take up most of them.
Girl.
Well, we'll start off with one of my first times I ever online dated, and I just want to let everybody know ahead of time this is one of the big reasons why, one, I'm single, and two, I will never online date again. Like,
no, don't say that.
No, I'm pretty positive about it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because it has no. Because each time I get on there, it seems like if I'm off of it for a few years, I go back on, it's like the same people. So something's wrong. Something's wrong if you're still on here, okay, with the same pictures. You haven't, and you're active. It's not like it was an inactive account or you haven't been on in years. You're still active, okay? So there's something wrong. That's just my opinion. But, okay. One of the first times I ever online dated, okay, back in the day. And I'm taking it back because I sporadically get on online dating, and it's like years apart. So just to give you a general idea, this is spread out over some time. So I have some pretty bad luck when online dating. So this particular person, I can't remember what actor he said he looked like. But I'm like, okay, whoever it was, he was cute. I'm like, okay. So he didn't have a car, so I had to go pick him up. We were supposed to go, red flag. So I had to go pick him up, okay? And at the time, we were meeting my aunt and her date at Applebee's, okay? So I go pick him up, drive to Applebee's. First of all, when he came out, I wanted to mash off because he didn't look like what the fuck I saw. So I wanted to mash off. That's number one. 2, we go on to the restaurant, and he did the classic, I forgot my wallet. Okay, so I had to pay for dinner, so I'm pissed. Okay, so now strike number 2. So then my aunt, my aunt is only 11 years older than me, so she's more like a big sister. So I'm giving her the eye, like, I'm not happy, like, I'm taking his ass home, like, get me out of this type of look, as in, like, oh, you know what, we should go home, I'm not feeling well, whatever, so I could be like, oh, okay, like, let me go home, make sure my aunt is okay, right? Her ass read that as, oh, why don't we all go bowling? Let's all go. And I'm looking at her like, please don't say that.
Oh, my God, TT.
Please don't say that. So I'm like, shit. So he's like, yeah, I'm all for it. Now, first of all, you're not offering nothing because you don't have the money to pay for it, okay? You're not going nowhere, okay, but at your house. So I told him, no, I'm not going to go with them or whatever. I dropped his ass off and went on to meet them at bowling. Girl, bye. I never talked to him again. I didn't respond to no calls, no nothing.
Oh, my God, that's funny.
Anyway, so I left his ass. Then, fast forward, I get this one guy who was real cool, okay? Oh, girl, hold on. He was 6'7". Hold on, he was 6'7".
Dude, looking back up. Like, never mind, pick him off.
Girl, no, I have him on block because his ass is crazy. Ooh. But he's 6'7". He had his own house, like, purchased a house. You know how I do my due diligence. I have to look folks up nowadays. So I found he did own his house. He had a good job. No kids, never been married. So he lived down in Illinois. Okay. Kind of like a suburb of Chicago. Anyway, so I drove down by him to meet him, okay, because we had been talking for a while or whatever. And mind you, it's a 2-hour drive for me, okay? So I'm driving home. He's like, let me know when you get home or whatever. He was all, like, lovey-dovey all over me all night. We had a really good night. He's like, let me know when you get home. Okay, 2-hour drive. I left there at, like, I think I left there at, like, 3 o'clock in the morning. Don't ask me what I was doing. Anyway. Oh, no, none of that happened. We had gone out to eat in some bar or whatever, and we've stayed until close. So they close at about the same time as up here, which is like 2:30. So by the time I got back to my car and everything, it was about 3 o'clock in the morning. So I'm driving back. He doesn't say anything. So I'm like, okay. So I get home. I call him, go straight to voicemail. Okay, well, I'm like, he could have fallen asleep, whatever. It took me 2 hours to get home. We were tired. I didn't hear from him in the morning. So because I had texted him letting him know I got home. Didn't hear from him in the morning, no nothing. So I called him later. I'm like, hey, did you get my message or whatever? And he was like, yeah. I was like, oh, well, you asked me to let you know when I got home, so I let you know that I got home. Because now I'm annoyed. He's like, oh, well. He's like, okay, well, I'm not your man or anything. First of all, okay, your breath was hot, so I probably should have told you that, okay? So I was trying to be nice because I was trying to climb that tree. But anyway.
You're so crazy.
I'm like, second, you just told me to let you know when I got home, and that's just only the courteous thing to do because I drove down to you. So
right.
It would just be courteous. I don't care if we're together or not. If I have a friend that I just a true friend, I would just be like, hey, let me know when you make it because that's a long-ass drive, and it's in the middle of the night. That's just common courtesy. That has nothing to do with being anybody's significant other. So I was like, okay, red flag. Second red flag with him is, at the time, my brother was down on a basketball scholarship for a school down there. He was upset because I went down there because I was helping my brother move in and get acquainted in his apartment. He was mad because I didn't take a trip to come down there to see him. I'm like, I made a trip. We're moving. Like, I'm with my family. I am not getting ready to sweat you. Like, I don't know what his problem was. Then we had stopped talking, and he reached out to me. This is how he got blocked. He started telling me that my kids would have to respect him, okay? And I don't know if anybody hasn't been listening from the beginning. My kids equals my daughter and then my two brothers, my two youngest brothers that have been with me since our mom passed. So I consider them like my kids. So if I tell anybody, if I say my kids, I include all of them, like my daughter and my brothers. So he said, your kids are going to have to respect me. I'm like, first of all, they don't know you. I don't know you. Okay?
What is he talking about?
Girl, and I'm like, my kids aren't like some of these little hood rat ragamuffin ass kids. Like, they have respect for people. They're just not going to disrespect. Now, my brothers will always be my brother. Like, they're protective. Just like, sons would be for their mothers, brothers would be for their sisters. They're like that. Like, they're protective. So, yeah, you might get some questions. You might get a side eye. But that's expected. But I'm like, whoa, you don't tell me how to raise my children, first of all, okay? That's not your position.
Yeah.
What topped it off is he told me about, now, mind you, I hadn't talked to him in a while. He called me, and he was just like, hey, trying to shoot shit because I hadn't talked to him because he just creeped me out at some point. So I blocked him after him telling me that he was asking a friend of his about my brother because he supposedly knew my brother's coach. So I'm like, first of all, we don't even talk like that anymore. So why are you asking questions about that and then, like, where we live? Because he texted me and was like, hey, I'm in Milwaukee, whatever. I was like, oh, no, negative, block on everything. So he ended up being like a stalker. But anyway, then this other guy, another guy, because I've been in the mortgage field for 16 years. So this guy, he was a real estate agent. Cool, we have something in common. He was cute, whatever. So we got to talking, and we got into how many kids or whatever. And he said he had 10. So I'm laughing because I'm thinking he's joking. He was serious. He had 10 kids. So me, again, doing my due diligence, I find out his name, his full name, and I look him up, and he does have a ton of kids because he had at least 4 open child support cases, okay, for at least I think it was like 6 of his kids. Because I think 2 of them had 2 of his children. So 2 of them had 2. I think one of them had twins. Something like that. But anyway, so he really did have 10 children. You can't do anything for me, sir.
Nothing,
because your whole, whatever you get as a check, you probably still owe. You don't get anything.
Oh, girl.
And that's just for 6 of the kids. So there's 4 of them floating around somewhere that probably don't even get anything. So
do say floating.
Girl, I couldn't do it. No, I couldn't do it. So, yeah, that was immediately cut off. Then this other guy talked to, real cool. He's like, hey, and anybody familiar with Southeast Wisconsin, there's, Milwaukee, and then you have Kenosha, or is it Racine and then Kenosha? Racine and then Kenosha. Anyway. So he lived in Racine. So he's like, hey, whatever, why don't you come down here? No, sir. First of all, I learned my first lesson by traveling down, to Illinois. No, I'm not traveling to see anybody anymore, okay? And I'm like, no, why don't you come up here? Oh, no, you should come down here. So, again, me doing my due diligence, I look him up. And don't ask me how I got all the information.
Okay.
That'll give away my secrets. But
okay.
I found out his name. I got his information. I found out he had a fresh DUI like 2 days before we started chatting on the dating site. So he already had this is his second one. So he lost his license at this point, okay? So he's not supposed to be driving, whatever. So I'm like, oh, that's why he wants me to come down there. No, sir, you drive around drunk. I have no time for you. So that means you can't even come see me because you're not even supposed to be driving.
Ooh, wait.
No, sir. Then there's another guy who went out. Oh, gosh. I can't believe I have so many bad stories. So anyway, met him downtown. Good conversation, it was cool, whatever. He pulls out his phone. He takes a phone call. Okay, so I'm that person that I don't like the phone. Like when you're getting to know someone, it's just rude to be on your cell phone. So he answers this call, and I can't remember, some family member. It wasn't his dad. I think it was like his brother or his cousin. And he was like, oh, you're dating a white woman? Okay, flag, we're done. Wrap this dinner up. Like he had me talk to this man. So I'm like, I don't even know. I don't want, I'm trying to get to know you. I don't know this person. So whatever. He made that comment and I was done. So I asked for the bill. I'm ready to go. I've already made up in my mind I'm never talking to this guy again. So he doesn't tip.
Okay.
Well, I know how you feel about tipping.
But I've gotten much better. You'd be proud.
Yes, I know you have. There's still some work to do, but you've gotten a lot better. You're like, what's 2% of the bill? I'm like, oh my God.
I've gotten better.
Because you'd be like, I got a tip for you, bring my food faster. That's what you would be.
Girl, I've gotten so much better because hubby be tipping. I'm like, why you tipping? He's like,
yes.
Because we're supposed to.
Yes. Like, And we had a really good waiter that night. So I'm like, okay, so let's see how much he's going to tip. Girl, he wrote down 0. I was like, oh, we're done. Nope,
maybe no, you can't do that over tipping. But the other stuff, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely I can. Because if you can't recognize good service, to me, that's like, I don't want anybody that's not compassionate. Because to me, it's like this is their livelihood. So they're living off of tips. They only make, 2-something an hour? Like, they're living off of their tips. So, and I know how you feel like you shouldn't be working here.
Nothing.
But it's like this person is like a college student. This is how, they're making their money. So tip them. If they're giving you good service, tip them. You have to give me some really terrible service for me not to tip.
Yeah. And
really terrible service. And sometimes I'll even leave just $1 just so you can know, you gave me shitty service. But, I, for the most part, then I will tip. Because, I mean, there's a few times I've ever had really, really shitty service and didn't tip. But, so otherwise I tip. So if I look at someone and they're like, no, I'm not giving them a tip. I'm like, we had great service, though. So I ended up leaving the tip. So I was pissed. So at that point, I was done. So, no, don't talk to me ever again. Then this other guy, he started off cool or whatever, but then he started asking for pictures. That would be the first thing to turn me off, is asking for more pictures. Because if you don't like what you see right there and you start asking me for more, which I get, though, sometimes, because the catfishing.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I get it for catfishing, but it's annoying. No, I'm not going to give you more pictures because I don't even know you. So if you see me when we meet in person, if you don't like what you see, then we keep it moving. I'm a big girl. I don't, you're not going to hurt my feelings. Keep it moving. The only thing I'll be mad about is wasting the outfit and coming out of the house when I could be at home.
Don't say coming out the house, girl, bye.
Okay. I could have been at home.
Girl.
But then, like, wanting sex. He was saying something sexual. I'm like, so it's Plenty of Fish, like the sex site, the hookup site? Because, you know, like I said, it'd be a couple years or so in between, like, times that I log on. So it's like, in the last 2 or 3 years, have they changed into a sex site? Let me know so I can log off and deactivate my account. Okay? Because that's not what I'm here for. Girl, and then somebody else. Shit, how many more do I have, girl? One, two, shit. So this other guy, he was real cool or whatever. He was like, you know, he drove this nice car. And this is the guy that I mentioned last week about the whole Starbucks thing. We met out at Starbucks. Great conversation, sexy as all get out. He drove a real nice car. He had a house. You know, it was a cute house or whatever. And, you know, he had one son, and he was divorced. So, you know, good guy, good job, all kinds of stuff. And he was in the same frat as my daughter's father. But anyway, so...
We were trying to say it, fat girl. We heard you. The people heard you.
No, you did, girl. No, you did. So, you know, so I'm like, okay, you're real sexy, whatever. So, we had been talking for a while, and I'm thinking it's going somewhere, and then all of a sudden, I see on social media, okay, that he got a woman pregnant. I was like, oh, okay, so, wow, that's the second person that's ever gotten somebody pregnant while dating them. Anyway, but this one, that first person was somebody that I knew, like, you know, in person, like I met him through a friend. This person I met online, and then we started something up and hanging out, dating, whatever. I'd go to his house. Girl, I was like, oh, wow. So I didn't ask him about it. I'm like, screw it. I mean, I found out this way. There's no need for me to ask any questions. It is what it is. So I move on with my life. So he calls me and, you know, telling me that he's moving to Indiana and blah, blah, blah. And okay, I already know you're moving down there because that's where he originally is from. But he's moving down there because that's where this woman was, and that's where his soon-to-be newborn child was. But anyway, so he calls me after he gets down there and is like, oh, you should come visit me and blah, blah, blah. No! What happened to the girl that you were just with that you moved down there for? Then come to find out, he didn't own that house that he told me he owned. See, and I didn't do my full due diligence with him on trying to find out who owned this house because when he told me he bought it initially, and I know just being in mortgage, stuff doesn't get recorded right away.
Right.
Especially in this county, it's kind of slow. So I knew even if I looked at that point in time, I still wouldn't see it. So, but I knew it had been up for sale. So that part I did see, but I didn't check any more after that to see anything. So come to find out he was renting the house. No big deal. Just if you're renting it, just say you're fucking renting it. You didn't have to lie and say that you bought this house.
Right.
Okay. And then the cars that he had, like he was driving a luxury vehicle. Okay. He was driving this big ass BMW. Whatever. It didn't matter to me. But he got rid of it because I don't know if they came to take it or whatever, but he started driving this beat-up truck. And I'm like, if that's you, just own it. Like, why do you have to lie to me about it? So I found out about all this afterwards, but whatever. He was a real cool dude, but I was just like, it's just too much. And I'm not starting over no brand new baby.
Oh, hell no. No,
girl, no.
Not.
Mm-mm. And my last horror story, it's probably not my last, but the last that I can think of. This particular guy, I met him online right before, and if he listens to this, he'll probably know who it sounds, but hi.
Okay.
Hello. Hi, Kay. Anyway, so I met him right before he went off into the military. He was going, shut up. He was going off to boot camp, okay? And I literally met him like 2 days before he was leaving. So we had like really good conversation though in those 2 days. So I said, okay, well, I'll go ahead and write him. Like, I'll keep it up. So I wrote him the entire time while he was in boot camp. So it was like 6 months that we were going back and forth before I actually got to see him.
Mm-hmm.
And that was when he got down to base in Illinois.
I told you what you should have did.
Mash the fuck off. I should have, yes. Anyway, so this boy, like, cried once we got back to the house, because I was annoyed because it took him forever to come. It's raining. I don't like driving on the highway in the rain, whatnot. So we finally get back to my house at whatever ungodly time of night. We get back to my house, and he's, like, crying because I didn't embrace him. So I'm like, okay, whatever. It's like, you're super sensitive. So that turned me off. Then we went to a movie, and after the movie, there were doors we were walking through. So I'm going through one door, he's going through the other door. I'm not thinking anything of it. So I go through the door, and I'm going to walk down the stairs. I'm like, what's taking him so long? We were walking through the doors together. So he comes busting through the door like, oh, you didn't let me hold the door open for you?
Wait a minute. You know what I'm thinking about with this story? When you told me at your old place in Tulsa, and you remember you busted the door to show me how you did it? I just thought about that shit. Girl, I'm over here dying.
I was like, okay, I didn't think it was that serious, but I'm sorry. Like, I just going through the door. You know, it wasn't that big a deal. So whatever. So we go from there to Cheesecake Factory. Get to Cheesecake Factory. He couldn't pay for it. You know, he was in the boot camp or whatever. They make like $5 for the whole time they were in boot camp. So I'm like, whatever. I'll, you know, no big deal. I'll pay for dinner. Okay. Now, so he like starts crying at dinner because I'm laughing and I'm thinking whatever he was telling me, I can't remember exactly what it was, but whatever he was telling me, I'm thinking it's funny because I didn't think it was really true what he's telling me, but it was true. So I'm laughing and it hurt his feelings, so he starts crying.
Chill.
So I'm like, okay, whatever, wrap this up. Waiter, check, please.
Check, please.
So he comes, and he was like, oh, you know, at Cheesecake Factory, they're always, oh, do you want to look at the menu for cheesecake, blah, blah, blah. He says no, I say no, give me my check so I can get the fuck out of here. So he brings me the check, give him my card, whatever, I sign off, whatever, time to go. So he stops him. He said, oh, I'm sorry, can I see the menu again? So I'm looking at him like, no, the fuck he isn't, getting ready to order to go on my shit. So he's sitting there with the menu, and he ordered himself a piece of cheesecake.
And paid for it?
And paid for it. He didn't ask me if I wanted some, no nothing. He didn't ask me if I wanted a slice. He didn't ask me if I wanted half a strawberry, if I was parched, if I wanted something to drink. Nothing. He ordered himself a piece of cheesecake to go. So we get to the car, and he starts eating on the cheesecake and then asks me if I want a bite.
No, I don't.
No, sir. No. I'm taking you when...
Girl.
I just remembered when you told me.
Go see what time it is?
Girl, when you told me to tell him that I had to go pick somebody up at the Amtrak station. And you told me to tell him to go in there and get him. And then when he went in to go throw his bag outside the door.
Girl, mash the fuck off. Oh, gee. Shit, I'm learning that from my brother.
That was fucking hilarious. Girl, I was so done. And then when I was ready, because I was so eager just to drop him the fuck back off on base. So we ordered chicken. Like, it was a duplex. I was at the bottom. My sister was at the top. We had ordered some chicken, okay? And I don't know how he found out we had chicken because I was trying to get him out of the house. So he wanted some food. I brought him the damn chicken. He was like, oh, no ketchup? I'm like, first of all, who fucking eats ketchup with their chicken? Second of all, I'm trying to get you the fuck up out of here, so can we wrap this shit up?
Right, your dusty ass.
Okay,
oh my God.
So I was pretty much done with him after that, because then he was like posting stuff on social media about being suicidal and all this stuff because he lost out on me because I basically told him like he was doing too much.
Right.
And then I told him, I said, look, you're freaking me out. Like all those posts and stuff are really freaking me out. I don't know how to handle that. Like, and if you need some help, I think you need to go get help, but I'm not that person for you. So that was the end of that. But he ended up having a baby. Did I tell you that?
Really?
Oh, excuse me, y'all. Yes, girl. By somebody down in South America somewhere.
South America?
That's what I
Oh,
said.
yeah. He's in the military.
So I was like, oh, somebody. Oh, well, anyway, never mind. Anyway. But yes. So those are my horror stories. That is why I'm single. And that's why I take my time. And that's why, ladies, it is very important, men too, but I can just speak for women, it's very important to do your due diligence on these people.
Yes, indeed.
Because you can find out a lot up front and save yourself some time, some heartache, some drama. Get it all out on the table in the front. If there's some stuff out there that is red flag, take that red flag and run with it. Run away from it. And be done. Save yourself. It's not worth it.
Girl.
So after you sang us your lullaby perfect ass story,
girl,
do you have any bad stories?
Yeah, I do. The two that really stick out in my mind, well, I think I got 2 or 3. Okay, so this guy, and now I'm trying to think, why know you niggas got cars? Like, why?
None of them. Right.
I was just thinking that, like, oh my God. So I met this guy online, and he was pretty cool. You know, oh, I got my master's, I'm educated. I said, okay, let's go out to Germantown, which is probably about 30 minutes from my house, maybe 45, depending on where, traffic and stuff. So he's like, but you have to come pick me up. I'm like, God damn, dog. Okay, fuck. Why the females got it going on? You niggas ain't got your shit together, but that's another topic.
Okay.
That's another whole topic. So I'm trying to laugh while I tell the story. So we get out to Chili's. And he starts talking shit. Not to me, but about other black people, which he's black and is annoying. He's like, oh, I don't like blue collar workers, and people that know that my dad's a blue collar worker. He's a welder. And so you already took me out when you said that. Like, I feel you talking about my dad personally. You know what I'm saying? So I was throwing my chest. So the waiter comes and said, oh, what do you guys want to drink? This ignorant ass fool says, oh, give me a 40 in a brown paper bag. He tells a nigga joke to a white waiter. And the waiter looks so uncomfortable. I felt kind of bad for him because he's looking like, okay, like, do I need to try to laugh or what? I just looked at him like, I think I ordered some tea, iced tea or whatever. So I'm trying to see which way I go. Okay, so I said, oh yeah, I'm going to run to the restroom. He said, okay. Now we had ordered our food and everything. I ordered up a whole bunch of shit too because he was paying. But what I did was, I walked through the kitchen and people are looking at me like, why is she walking through our kitchen? I walked through the kitchen, around the whole restaurant, and out the front fucking door, into my Silver Bullet, which was a silver Hyundai Sonata, into Silver Bullet, and I came home, and I laughed the whole motherfucking way.
Oh, my God.
Girl, you talk about calling me all type of fat bitches. Girl, I damn near died. Do you hear me?
Oh,
girl.
my God.
He was like, oh, my God, where are you? I said, at home. He said, at home. Yes, bitch, nigga, at home. Chilling.
Okay.
He's like, so you left me out here? I wonder how he got home. I always wanted to ask him.
Oh, yeah, because there wasn't, if I'm thinking about the time that you're talking about, I don't think Uber or none of that was around back then.
No, not at all. Oh, well, not my problem. But, yeah, years later, I saw him at CVS, and I swear he wanted to punch my fucking face.
Like, Big Chop, how'd you be home?
I saw him at CVS. I was like, oh shit, that's the dude. I left it chilly.
Girl.
Oh my God. But he got married though, and that's good. Hopefully he got his shit together. Cause I hate people that try to act like they all that, but you ain't got shit. Like you living in your mama basement, no car. Oh yeah, and then he called because he wanted his CDs back because that's when burning CDs was popular. He's like, I want my CD back. I said, nigga, get a ride first before you ask for a fucking CD. Because you stay at your mammy house.
And keep the mouth.
Hey.
Yes, I'm going to go play that.
So, my next one would be, I talked to this guy for like, probably about 2 or 3 weeks. And within that 2 or 3 weeks, he took me to Walmart to pick up some toilet paper and McDonald's to get a cheeseburger and a small fry. We go back to his apartment this is probably about a month in. We go back to his apartment. He leans back. I guess he got tired of waiting. He said, so we're going to fuck or what? I mean, I took you to McDonald's and I gave you a ride to Walmart. Okay, nigga, I got my own ride. I mean, I was just rolling with you. So a bitch went on the bus. And I said, no, sir, I'm not doing you well. I don't even know you. Girl, you know that nigga walked me to the front door? Girl, and in that time, like, it's funny now, like, but in that time, I was kind of praying. I was like, oh, please don't try to rape me or do nothing stupid. So I was straight praying.
Yes.
Girl, when I got to that door, you should have seen me hitting them stairs, girl. Because he stayed on the second floor. I was hitting it, girl. I mean, I slid through them bitches. This nigga's like, so we gonna fuck a work. I took you to McDonald's. Took your mammy to McDonald's.
Okay, for a damn Happy Meal.
Girl, and I didn't even pay. I paid.
Oh. So you didn't take me to do shit. I could have done it myself.
So I gave you a ride. I got a brand new car sitting outside Honey Baby Boo Child. So
okay.
You ain't did shit.
Oh my God.
Girl, piss me off. We gonna fuck or what? Or what, nigga? Girl, I'm going to have to show you how he did it. He walked me dead to the front door, girl, and then he stood behind the door as if he was like, you know how your nigga hold the door before you? That's how he stood behind the door, like, okay, girl, slam the door behind me.
Yes.
I was like, dang, you niggas is really thirsty.
He was saying he didn't get no cooter, so.
Girl, I remember what I did. I hopped in my car, played my music, and probably 3 6 Mafia, and went and got me some McDonald's.
Okay, girl.
And went back to my apartment.
Right. This is why I'm by myself. Girl, bye. That's what we got to deal with up here. Ain't shit.
And my last one, it was kind of now this one was kind of a scary situation because me and this guy, we were talking for a while, and he lived in Racine. And he was like, he can't pick me up, which I usually don't do. But I'm like, we've been talking for a while, this is okay, cool. So, me, my mama old school, I had, money on, hitting on me. Mm-hmm. I don't think I had a cell phone. Yeah, I had a cell phone. So, but I had everything hidden, had my keys hidden on me, and I had my cell phone hidden on me. Girl, yeah, I was out there like MacGyver. So,
right.
What's I gonna say? So we get to his apartment, so we kissing and stuff, but I'm like, okay, let's chill because I ain't trying to do all that. Girl, this dog snapped. Do you hear me? He cussed me out and started tearing up the house.
Wait a minute. No,
I'm like, why is everybody trying to get this cuckoo? Like, what
the fuck? But because I know the backstory on this. It is hilarious now, but it's not funny then.
Girl, cause in the moment, you talk about somebody who was straight up. Girl, I went to Bishop Deacon mode of the Church of God in Christ. I was like, Jesus, I swear to God, I won't go on another date if you get me out of here, even though I went on a date like that next week. But I'm like, just please get me out of here and don't let this nigga try to rape me, please. Girl, he was like, what the fuck? Girl, he was tearing his house up. He's like, well, listen, I'll take you back home. Girl, I was trying to look at mile markers, like, okay, I'm going to have to call my friend, have to call my brother, tell him I'm in mile 79. I'm in Racine. Girl, I was praying like, Jesus, please don't let me be on ID channel.
Girl, fuck that. I've been on Greyhound. Ooh, like I did. Ooh, girl, I forgot about that story.
Oh, God.
You don't remember Greyhound?
Oh,
God, that's another day, girl. You don't remember Greyhound, Navy Days?
Wait, what?
Chicago. Movies.
The movies.
Girl, finish your story for the people. I might have to bust that one back out.
Girl, but no, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I thought I was get beat up.
You was going to be on the highway. Fuck that.
Girl, he dropped me off and mashed off, girl. And he hit me with the mirror. Girl, but you know I couldn't cuss him out because the nigga just dropped me off, so I said I would never, ever, ever, ever do that again.
No, damn that. I would have my own transportation. Fuck that.
Girl, that's when I met my husband. Oh, I'll meet you there. Nope, I'll meet you there. What you said, don't worry about it.
No, fuck that. You will never know.
Girl, these niggas is crazy.
Girl, I didn't know Greyhound had so many back roads.
They sure do, girl.
Girl, we basically took 76 all the way home.
God damn.
I cannot believe you don't remember that story.
No.
Girl, that was when I went to go see Harry Man Jack on bass. I went down there with you. I got a hotel, you remember?
You went with me?
Excuse me. Yes, you remember? Because you were supposed to leave me the keys to your car because you were going with Chicago to the movie, but you took your keys. And I couldn't get to base.
Wait, what?
And then base dude couldn't come to me. So I said, fuck the whole situation. And I got on the Greyhound and I left.
What?
And I didn't pay the hotel bill. I left out the back door and I had a taxi meet me in the back. I had the taxi meet me in the back, and I left because they got the call, and they're like, "Oh, ma'am, we noticed you hadn't checked out. Are you?" I'm like, "I've been gone. I left yesterday."
Oh my God!
You don't remember that because you were in the movie, and I kept calling you, but you didn't answer because you had accidentally taken the keys just out of habit. You had taken your keys. Because the whole situation was kind of jacked up because something was going on with him on base that was like, it was irritating the hell out of me. Because I think we were all supposed to go to the movie. It was something like that, but he was irritating the hell out of me. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going back home.
Oh my God, girl, I'm sorry.
Like, no, don't be sorry, it wasn't you. I saw it as a sign. I'm like, this is a sign that I'm supposed to have my black ass back home. So
I
got on the Greyhound.
This starting to sound familiar now.
Yep, I got on that next thing smoking, literally. And I don't know where I was. Girl, I went to this. I didn't know Greyhound stations were tucked away in, like, malls and shit. There was, like, some Greyhound station, and I went in there. It looked sketchy as fuck, but at that point, I was pissed. He annoyed the fuck out of me, and I was just like, I'm going home. So I got on the Greyhound. He was like, where are you? I was like, on the bus. May I help you?
Wait a minute, where was my car?
At the hotel. Because Chicago came to pick you up.
Girl, that's crazy. I don't remember none of that. Was I on drugs?
Girl, what? You don't remember that? Because we went down there. Yes, because you in Chicago went to the movies. And you were leaving your keys there for me because I was supposed to go. I was taking your car to go get
Jack.
Yeah, Jack. I'm like, shit, what can I call him? I was going to go get Jack from base, and we were supposed to hang out. I think we were all supposed to go to the movies, but whatever was going on with him, it was like delaying everything, and he was annoying the hell out of me. It was irritating because whatever was going on with him. and he couldn't leave when he said he could leave, all kinds of shit. So I was annoyed. So I was like, well, what the fuck am I down here for? Because he couldn't leave or some shit. It all came, basically nothing came as planned or went as planned. So I was just like, fuck it, I'm going back home. And I didn't pay for the hotel. They sure did. They called me the next day.
Oh, my God.
They're like, ma'am, you haven't checked out yet. Are you leaving soon? I was like, oh, I did. I left yesterday, ma'am. They're
What
like,
they
oh,
say?
Okay. Because anytime I go to reserve a room or anything, I use a card that doesn't have anything on it. It'd be like a debit card for an account that I have nothing in. Like I have a card just for reserving stuff, or like when they have like a trial period for something and they want to charge your card after, that's the card I use. Right. Like, you're not here to charge my card. Like I'll pay cash at the end, or I'll use a different card. Well, this particular time, they didn't charge me up front. They just held the room with my card. But when it couldn't go through, I'm like, well, I mean, I'm at home now. What do you want me to do about it? So,
dude's like, I'm snuggled in the bed, nigga. What you want me to do?
Okay, man, help you. Like, shit. Yes, girl.
Wow. Forget all about that. Wow. Okay. Okay then. So that was our horror stories. Yeah, we shit's fucked up.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So here's a little advice we're gonna give you guys. The first one we have is make sure you meet in a well-lit public place. Don't give out no addresses. And make sure you have transportation in case you need to dip out like I did at Chili's. Through the kitchen, around the corner, and out the front door.
Okay, and vamoose on his ass.
Hey, it was so funny when I rolled past Chili's. You know, you can look back in the store. He's sitting there getting ready to cut his shit up. I'm like, you dumbass motherfucker.
You went on
my way.
You in the bathroom. Hell no.
I'm on the motherfucker 45 North.
Okay. Yeah, bye-bye.
Oh, okay. Exit Hampton.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Oh, shit. That's hilarious. I'll be here this. Anyway. Okay. Let's see. Next piece of advice. Jody, what you got?
Oh, please, people, don't post pics of your kids on social media, on dating sites.
Oh, no.
Because there are some weirdos out here, and to be honest, these people aren't looking to date your kids. They're looking to date you, and introducing your kids should be way later, like after you've done your due diligence and you've dated this person for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Your kids shouldn't be meeting every single person that you date. So kids on not just social media, but kids on dating sites should be a no-no, absolute no-no. That's a red flag for me. So if you have a picture of your kid, I don't care how fine you are, if you've got a picture of your kids up, I'm not talking to you.
Right. Because I don't want to see them. I mean.
Wait, and I'm like,
Right.
Not right. Not that soon. Not that soon. No, ma'am.
Okay.
And then,
go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say use updated photos.
Yeah, not ones from when you was popping.
Okay. And you roll up looking like roly-poly. Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that to these people. Because that's how you get beat up, too.
Okay.
Girl, fuck that, because people get real sensitive if they think they're being catfished.
Man, okay. Yeah, catfish should open up a lot of eyeballs.
Okay. And don't be showing your boobies and your cat and all that on
do say cat print.
Okay. On the dating site and then get mad because he's looking just for sex. Don't do that, ladies. Okay? And men too. Men, don't be putting your sausage all on this. I don't want to see that. Unless it's a hookup site, keep all the sex parts and all that tucked away. Like, that's just inappropriate and unnecessary.
Right. Hello.
Nasty fellows.
Another tip we got for you guys, don't talk about religion or politics on the first date. it's probably not going to go well unless you two are just like, you know, eye to eye on everything. But I would just leave it out. And it's kind of boring. Get to know each other first. Nobody want to talk about that stuff right off the bat. I know I don't.
No. Hell no. Girl, don't talk about your ex.
No.
Please don't, because that's a turn off. And never bash. And this men, I see it more with men saying my ex is crazy and my ex did this, my ex did that. For some reason, for some reason, every man that I've encountered with an ex, it's always the ex's fault. He never takes ownership. We read that, okay? You can't take ownership in what you did and the failing of that relationship. We read that. So we're like, okay, he doesn't take responsibility for any of his actions. So the best thing to do is never talk about your ex. And if it comes up, it should come up later if somebody wants to ask why you broke up for whatever reason they want to know. But don't bash your ex, because it just doesn't look good. I always say, you know what, he's a good person. Well, I used to say he's a good person. We just weren't good for each other together. So, you know, that's what I say, because I'm not going to bash him, and I'm not going to talk about all the shitty things he did to me, and I'm not going to talk about all the shitty things I did to him.
Okay.
But him more so than me. But anyway.
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. 21 charges. But anyway, yeah. So.
And then our last piece of advice, always let someone know where you are going and with who. I try to give out as much information as possible. At the time, my brother and I were roommates, so I would always leave. Well, hopefully that's his name, because I ended up talking to somebody who gave me a fake name. But anyway, and his mama bust him out. But always leave his name. If they're coming to get you, y'all meeting, to make a model. Once I got to where I was going, I would text, okay, I'm talking to, you know, Jim Jones. He's in a silver Hyundai. Here's the plates. Just in case I come up on ID, y'all got some information. I'll be like, I don't know where that girl went. She said she was doing something. No, y'all finna know. Get and go get my body.
Yes, okay. And especially nowadays, we can share our locations, you know, through our phones. So if you can share your location, because you can always turn it off after you get home, but share your location, because you never know. I do that if I ever go on a date. It's been a while, but I'll share my location. I'm like, this is who I'm going out with. This is where I met him.
Right.
This is the login. This is his page. So everybody know. I print that off. Here you go. So it's everybody know this is, you know. So in case I come up missing, this is who you look for. IP address, because I do all my due diligence, girl.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, ma'am.
So you guys make sure, you know, don't let the horror stories, you know, banish you from online dating, because it does take time. Like I said, I don't, you know, yeah, I did meet my husband online, but I mean, damn, it was like 1,000 years later. It's not like I jumped on in January and met him in March. So, you know, and take that advice to heart, because, you know, like I said, we both, you know, had some online dates, and we're still here alive to tell them. So make sure you guys
Yes,
so
ma'am.
we're going to go ahead and wrap up this part of the show.
Okay, y'all, we have a spill the tea moment. We have someone that wants to know a little bit about what we think about her current situation. So I'm just going to read it as it was sent in to us, and then we'll go from there. Ladies, what should I do in this situation? Me and my boyfriend live together, so we see each other every day, of course. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and he works. Okay, long story short, he was off yesterday and left I think she meant to say to go over, but to over his guy friend's house. He left at 11 a.m., didn't come home until 11 or 12 p.m. I think she meant a.m. But after I asked him to be home in time to get my 3-year-old from school, he told me he wasn't going to rush to get home to do something for me, so I had to catch the bus to get him from school. So tomorrow is his next off day, and he's telling me he's going back to the same guy friend's house, and I'm asking him not to, but he's catching an attitude saying he wants to, so he is, okay, I don't know what she's trying to say here, saying he wants to and is whatever. So when I asked him, was he cheating, he said bye and got off the line. I don't know what y'all think.
You're cheating on me, dummy.
Okay, first of all, any grown-ass man that's spending 12 hours over at his quote-unquote guy friend's house, you need to be more concerned about whether or not him and his guy friend got something going on, okay?
Pretty much.
He's at his quote-unquote guy friend's house, but you're getting cheated on either way, okay?
Either way, yeah, so, pretty much.
Yeah, you're getting cheated on, and you got to, listen, if me and my dude are together, we live together, and we got kids. I don't care if they're just my kids, his kids, or we got kids together. I should not have to get on public transportation when I got a grown-ass man at home with a fucking car.
I wish I would.
And especially I got to get on public transportation to go get our kid.
And not because you at work or the car down or something happened, just because you with your supposed guy.
Okay, with your side chick. Okay, no, because that's what it is. He's with his side chick. Let's just get it out there. He's with a woman. You're not a priority. You and your kids aren't a priority. So this is what you do. Okay? And I'd advise any woman that wants to leave, unless you're in a physically abusive situation, even verbally abusive, but unless you're in an abusive relationship, get your shit together first and then hop off, unless you have somewhere to go to. Not everybody has a place to go to.
Right.
So if you have a family, if you have family members or a friend that you could be like, deuces, vamoose on him while he's at work. Pack your shit up, pack your kid's shit up, and get the fuck out while he's at work. But if you don't have that type of option, then you don't say nothing else to him. Don't argue with him. Don't start no fights. Don't ask him where he's going. Just be cool about it. Just be smooth. Be cool. Do what you got to do. But you stack on the side. Put your shit together on the side, low key. Get a place together, whatever you have to do, and then bounce out on him. Don't take none of that.
No,
girl, bye.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not playing that. I mean, shit, even now, I mean, not to put my business out there, but shit, I put twos and fews away just in case motherfucker get crazy around her.
Okay.
But you know me, I'll be at my mama's house.
Okay. Keep us now.
Hey.
Yeah. No, ma'am.
Yeah, girl, so you done for catching that bus.
Oh, hell no. Like he's doing you a favor by going to go get your son. Girl, bye.
Right.
I'm not getting on no public transit. Quick story. I used to date this guy. He got so many tickets on my car. Ooh. We went out one night because we went out for Thanksgiving. I didn't know that he had even gotten tickets on my car. So we're going out. I'm like, okay, because we had been at home. We were like, okay, let's just go out. Because I didn't want to go out, but then I finally said, okay, let's just fucking go out. So on our way of going out, kicking it, we got pulled over.
Girl, no.
Yes. They were like, no, you need to just go back to the house. We were like, fine, fuck it, whatever. So we were going to go back to the house. No, we were like, okay, no, let's just go out. So we were like, we already got pulled over once. Fuck it. We go out. I come out of the club with him. They took our fucking plates. No, not our. Let me take that back. Not our. My plates, okay? For some tickets I didn't know about. So the tickets had to be paid off in order for me to get my registration back.
What?
Okay, so this is what I told him. You took my car. It's your responsibility. I got to get to work, and I got to get my child to and from my grandparents' house while I'm at school or work. It's up to you to find the transportation. I just know that when I wake up in the morning and I got to go, I'm ready to go. There better be a vehicle waiting for me to pick me up.
I know that's right.
I left that all on him. Sure did. And you pay off those fucking tickets so I can get my shit back. And that'll be the end of that. Ooh, girl, hold on.
Damn.
Took me back a few years.
Oof.
Yeah, so no, ladies, don't have a grown-ass man up under your roof and you got to take public transportation, and he's riding around in a car, in a vehicle. I'll be damned.
Girl, I wish I fucking would.
Girl, bye. No good, B. He probably got some whack-ass dick anyway. He's not even worth getting on no bus for. Fuck that.
Because what I heard, it was a 1 minute, man. Ooh, oh, I love Missy.
No. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, so ma'am, please leave him because he's not worth it. Don't be on no bus with your babies when you don't have to.
Right.
Yes, ma'am. So that's this week's Spill the Tea. If you have some tea that you want us to spill, as always, email us at GeminiTeaPodcast@gmail.com.
Okay, we are going into the prize promo section, and this week's winner is Janetta B. You won a $50 Visa gift card. Yay! So check your email for details. Congratulations. And we just want to thank everybody that participated and continue to follow us for more chances to win in the future. Sorry, losers.
Oops.
Right. I'm just playing. Don't follow us.
Right.
Oh, man. So, now let's wrap up the show.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. And we want to send a quick shout-out to one of our gems.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. So, Instagram tag at KeishaLewis79. She gave us some topic suggestions, which were hilarious because there's a little spin on one of our prior episodes. So she could relate to Leka with being from the South and not being able to pronounce specific. You did it! Specific!
Yay! Girl, I worked on that shit.
Yes! Yes, girl, specific. So she felt that when she was talking about that. And kind of like when people say street, but they say screet. So and instead of ST is SK.
Sweet.
Yeah, so when you go up to screet, yes, ma'am. And then they say shrimps instead of shrimp. So, because shrimp is already plural, people. Singular and it's plural. So you don't have to put the S at the end, so it's not shrimps.
Ooh, that annoys me. Now, that one annoys me.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, girl. Okay. Girl, I want to call people because I've seen it on printed menus. And I'm like, listen, it's not shrimps, okay?
Okay, menu.
Yes, but Keisha Lewis 79. Thank you for that. We had a quick laugh on that one because that was hilarious.
Thank you.
Hey. But thank you all for listening as usual, and we hope you enjoyed this week's episode. But join us next week when we go over some date night ideas. This will be interesting because
that'd be fun.
Okay, and I haven't had any in so long, girl. I don't even know what they do these days.
Girl, you're crazy.
Yeah. We're all going to learn a little something. Okay. But as usual, remember, please, to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And we appreciate you all. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great week.
Bye.
Bye, all.